Hi, I'm Sean Gannon, and this is Minute Math, and today we're learning about area under a curve using limits of sums.
Minute Math, when you need help you use Minute Math.
We're given this problem right here, the limit as n goes to infinity of the sum of k equals 1 to m of 5 over n plus k cubed over n to the fourth power, and we have to evaluate this limit. And really what I'm going to do is try to evaluate the sum first and see if we can take the limit there. So this limit as n approaches infinity will stay on the outside for a while here. I'm going to try to separate this sum to two parts. We have the sum now from k equals 1 to n of a 5 over n plus the sum k equals 1 to n, or 2n of k cubed over n to the fourth. Remember, we're going to be taking the limit of all of that. We'll keep on going. We have the limit now as n approaches infinity of, we can pull out what we can here. The constant 5 and the n here can be pulled out in front of that sum. 5 over n times the sum now, what's left over, k equals 1 to n of just a 1. Plus, same thing, what can we pull out? We can pull out a k to the third power. We can pull out, not a k, the n to the fourth power right here. So we have 1 over n to the fourth can be pulled out, and then we have the sum from k equals 1 to n of a k cubed. Alright? So then from here, what we can do is we need to evaluate the sums using our rules. So because I like to write higher, let's do it up here. Equals the limit as n approaches infinity. We have a 5 over n times, well, let's just sum at 1 as just an n. Plus, we have 1 over n to the fourth here, but we have the sum of k to the third power, which is a n squared over an n plus 1, all squared over a 4. I just want to make sure I get this all that I need to be simplified here and figure out how I'm going to do it, or make sure I stay on track. So simplify where we can, because there's many ways to simplify this, so make sure I follow my notes. N's here cancel, and we have just a 5 left over. That's always lovely. Alright. Now, what I cancel next here, well, I see we have n squared. I don't like that. We have n to the fourth. Cancel that out. We have an n squared now just in the denominator. Okay? So down in the denominator, we have a 4n squared left over here being multiplied. And an n plus 1 all squared comes out to be a n squared plus a 2n plus a 1. Alright, so now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 4n squared to each part. We have the limit here as n approaches infinity of 5 plus n squared over a 4n squared plus 2n over a 4n squared plus 1 over a 4n squared. Now we can simplify this where we can. Okay, so we have the limit here as n approaches infinity of 5 plus n squared over 4n squared is just a 1/4 plus, well, the n here cancels with the squared, so we have, and the 2 and the 4 become 1/2, so 1/2, 1 over 2n, okay, plus we have 1 over a 4n squared here. Well, from there, we actually now can evaluate the limit. 1 over 2n goes to 0, and 1 over 4n squared also goes to 0. So we're left with a 5 plus a 1/4, which is a 21 over 4, which as a decimal is 5.25. So after all of this, our limit here for our sum comes out to be a 21 over 4, or a 5.25. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video. This helps us make more free math lessons for you and for everyone else. So as always, thanks for watching.
Minute Math, when you need help you use Minute Math.